Hi manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. The last one for 2025, ending with a new moon in Sagittarius, 3A Atlas being the closest that it is to the Earth, the interstellar object, and as well as the changeover of season into Capricorn season. Let's get into these times. So we've got Brisbane on the 20th at 11:43 a.m. for the new moon in Saggy, 12:43 p.m. for Sydney, LA 5:43 p.m. on the 19th, and New York again on the 19th at 8:43 p.m. Tokyo on the 20th, 10:43 a.m. Auckland on the 20th at 2:43 p.m. London on the 20th at 1:43 a.m. and most of Europe on the 20th at 2:43 a.m. So this last new moon in Sagittarius, it's really funny. Like I look at that little point, and to me that's just reminding me of 3A Atlas already. So new moon in Sagittarius, and in previous videos for people that have watched me for a long time, I love the energy and the symbolism of the Sagittarius, the centaur carrying this bow and arrow, really knowing I'm aiming for this and this is my trajectory and I've got the agility and I know how to get there. So I feel like this interstellar object 3A Atlas has been, circling around us since we sorted it in July, and now it's coming closest to the Earth. It's done its lap around the sun. It's actually changed colour to gold, which is really unusual. It's gone from green to gold, and it's changed colour a few times. Please look up Stefan Burns, Stefan, and then Burns, Burns, if you want to have more details by a geophysicist that understands and has been witnessing this and documenting this object going around our solar system. And really, he looks at both how it affects us in terms of the Earth, but also how it affects an object such as 3A Atlas that is so unknown to us and from so far away and has been traveling billions of years. He has a really balanced perspective on how that influences our solar system, how it influences the Earth, and how he's been observing the object itself. So I highly recommend Stefan Burns if you want to look at that in greater detail. All right, so 3A Atlas, an interstellar object that's flying through space, that's behaving not like a comet, that has changed colour several times, and now as it's getting closer to the Earth, it's changed to a gold colour. What does this really mean for you? Well, when we're looking out, when we're like this centaur looking out, this centaur, Sagittarius, is holding his bow and arrow and he's aiming for the star that he wants to get to. It's trajectory, it's manifestation, it's goals, it's the daily little tasks that we take to achieve what we want to achieve. And this interstellar object has come into our solar system, done its lap around the sun, grown a tail, which is not a tail because it became a frontal nose tail, which doesn't even exist in comets. NASA went quite quiet about 3A Atlas, which I find interesting. But what it really highlights is the unknown, the mysteries, the things that we can't quantify, the things that our telescopes cannot really capture in great detail, the things in our imagination, the lucid things in our ideas and dreaming, the extent that we have the ability in our own consciousness as human beings, the untapped potential, the quantum world and field that lies around us, and we can create our realities. This channel is Manifesting Destiny. Yes, I look at the lunar cycles because I really plan things accordingly with the lunar cycles in my own life, and that's helped me in ways that I can't even explain in this video. But my life has become a reflection of these intentions and these clearings every full moon and every new moon. And especially for women, I highly recommend that you tune into the lunar cycles and tune into your 28-day rhythms. Even if you no longer have, you're in menopause and you don't have those cycles, I still think it's important for us as women to keep a rhythm. so the men can get on with being the sun and have that constant, that shining, that energy, and we have the ability to ebb and flow and create that divine timing that's almost an intuitive knowing where things become effortless. I'm going to get into a little bit of Yasmin Boland's information because I love Yasmin, a fellow Australian astrologer, and her take on the new moon in Sagittarius. Whatever is coming your way, luck is on your side. It looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. And man, hasn't everyone been feeling that lately? The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here. At the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card this time is about exploring them metaphorically, but exchanging big ideas with other people, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's a time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal a trip away is coming up, or that something that you're working on you will achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. And that's just like 3A Atlas has brought in so much more of a perspective of, oh, it's not just us in our little warmongering earth and having this fight about, Israel versus Palestine or whatever. No, we get to go bigger and more expansive than that. Our consciousness is bigger than that. Our consciousness is bigger than mainstream media and TV. Our consciousness is part of an untapped potential that people like Einstein and Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Joe Braden and Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and Dr. Amit Goswami and philosophers that have come to this earth to share and expand these teachings and these explorative places within even our own consciousness, our own paradigm shifts, and our own changes in our reality. And law of attraction and manifestation and what we think about, what we bring about, the law of action and reaction. And we already know these things fundamentally on an innate level, from a soul level, before we even came into the physical form. We already were exploring the galaxies, the cosmos, in an energetic force. Then we came through and we were birthed into a 3D reality. So first and foremost, we've got to remember that cosmic consciousness that we are actually made from and that we will go back into when we pass. So just the physical form of this 3D world and reality is a very limited viewpoint of the majority of what we actually are as existence. Let's get back into her card. Wow, that was a bit. Count your blessings. Widen your worldview. Literally, write down your blessings and say them out loud. I've been doing my gratitude every day. Additional meanings for this time is you need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course or study your teaching. Not the time to be narrow-minded. Start the week of gratitude practice via a journal or a blog. The teachings are: Sagittarius is the sign of fun, travel, exploration, the great cosmic quest. Our meditation, we get to cosmically quest. It is a sign of big ideas. It's energy that is expansive. It is upbeat. It is lucky and divine. The new moon in Sagittarius exudes all of this. This is a time when nothing is set in stone. Sagittarius is an optimistic energy and it can attract all manner of good things. Just tap into the energy by expecting the best. This is when we can embrace our power to create and we can expect the best. We do not need to put energy in worry or fear or doubt. This new moon marks the end of the year. There's been a lot of closure, these 9-year cycles, these endings and then new beginnings. But we can simply focus on what we want and allow that to come closer to us and be surrendering and trusting in that. For those of you that don't know, I've been in a huge physical journey that has prevented me from walking properly. I can't run, I can't do lots of things that I used to do. I've stopped teaching yoga and I've gone through a huge physical transformation. And just in this lead up to this new moon, I've had massive gains in the release of my body, my posture, being pain-free, my sacrum not hurting. And it has been a constant expectation of the best that has been driving me to ignore the doctors and everybody else that says I just need a double hip replacement and have the surgery and go down the surgery path. But that's just a band-aid. Instead, I've been doing the hard work, realigning my body, strengthening my core again, starting to build strength in my body. Thank you, all my amazing team of people that have been helping me, right from Beck Orthobionomy to Chris Locke PT to Jasha Backs with my body. Just amazing practitioners and therapists that I've had working with me. So shout out to all of you guys that have seen me through the years. And if I'm a sign for anybody that's watching this video, if you've never watched my channel and maybe you were just meant to come across this video, this is the message I would love to pass on to you guys. Set your trajectory to that which you desire. Believe it so implicitly that it may seem stupid and crazy and wild to others, but it doesn't matter, because your subconscious doesn't know the difference. The cosmic force and the unknown and the mystery of consciousness that makes up our soul stuff, that is sustaining our life force, is there to support us. Trust it implicitly and know that there is a reason why you have inklings of your dreams. You have inklings of these little desires. Like, where do they come from? You're here to express the greatest purpose of yourself. You're here to go on this trajectory and go forward to this new moon, to this new start, to this new year, 2026, year of the horse, to gallop forward, to leap forward, to fly forward like a Pegasus into the reality that you know you have come to fulfill this particular lifetime, to make a decent contribution to humanity, to bring more lightness and goodness to the earth. And this is why we're given these hard times. This is why we're given these challenges, is because we are able to overcome them and start afresh and renew, teach, learn and share how to tap in to these unknowns like 3i Atlas, to these unknowns like that cosmic energy within ourselves, to these unknowns which are these inklings of beauty and purpose and divine that is working through us for reasons that we may never understand, and only maybe those will understand once we pass and that legacy is left. But we as individuals are bringing this light onto the planet Earth. We don't have to fall into the fear and the narratives that are being fed. It's so boring and dull. It is time now for us to focus within and really go into those depths of our greatest potential. Turn off your TVs, stop scrolling your phone, and go into why you are actually here. Merry Christmas, happy end of 2025, and I do hope, just like me, you've ended on a high note and you are loved, and I'll catch you in the new year. Namaste.